All right, so we're up in our attic. Last week I insulated the bays of each of those. I put some of the ventilation foam things in there, and then insulated all right there. So tomorrow we're going to blow a new layer of insulation throughout the whole attic. It's about maybe 1,500 square feet. If I can turn this around real quick, I cannot. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is I bought some lumber. It's sticking up right there. I'm going to build platforms for in here that run the whole length of the house and then the width at the end. That way, if we ever need to walk through the attic, we won't be able to see the joists because they'll be buried, and we can walk on the platforms and not step through the ceiling. So, should be a pretty easy project. I always say that, and it never is easy, but all I'm going to do is get the wood up here, lay it lengthwise, make little ladders, and then set OSB on top of it, and should be good. So hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, I flipped the camera around. As I was saying, right now we just have these random boards up here to walk on. You know, they go, it's a pretty long board, 20 foot, but it goes all the way down there. So I'm just going to make a little platform 16 inches wide. Since OSB is so expensive, if I make it 16 wide, I can get 3 strips of 8 foot out of OSB. So 16, 32, 48. So I can get quite a bit more than if I just made them like a random 2 foot or even 4 foot wide platforms. So I'm just going to put the platforms from our garage entry all the way down, and then one from there all the way over that way. Just in case we ever need to get down there, maybe work on our attic ducts or work on fans, can lights. Most of the can lights in here you can work on from the room themselves. So they are all insulation contact rated, and they have LED lights in all of them that don't get hot anyway. So yeah, let's start building this and see what it looks like after. Tomorrow's the day we're blowing the insulation in. I have to go to Lowe's early because apparently you cannot just claim the insulation machine. You have to be there. So I tried to rent it for tomorrow. He said, sure, come back tomorrow and rent it. So that's what I have to do. So last week, again, I got all those done. Now it's just time to build platforms. I had to install more can lights in our dining room, 4 more. And so now I should be done up here for a while, messing around up here. So we'll get some platforms built, and then I'll never, step through the drywall when these joists are hidden. All right, so I have these laid out. They're about 16 inches apart. I took one whole 2x4x16 and cut it down into 13-inch lengths. That way 13 plus the width of a 2x4 is 16. So I'll set it here. I'll screw them in from both ends. It's complete overkill, but I'm excuse me, the dust up here is unreal. I'm using 3-inch T25 screws. Like I said, overkill, but that's all right. I want them to hold together. T25 bit, just an impact driver. I'm going to put one, I think, every 8 feet. That way the 8-foot sections of OSB land on a thing as well. Then if I have extras, I'll come back through and add them together. So I'm going to get this screwed up first, and we'll see what we got. Okay, so I have them all built. There's that one over there. The goal was to leave them open and fill them with blow-in insulation, but I'm just going to use some 2x4 R13 insulation to set over them. set in the bays I made. That way I can just screw the OSB down on top of it, and tomorrow when we're blowing insulation in, it will be a lot easier to just walk around on these platforms because that hose sprays the insulation very far. So I think we'll be in good shape. So I'm going to cut these open up here, just tuck them in, and then I just have to rip a bunch of OSB on the table. So I'll put it up here, screw it down, and we are good to go. Let's do that. So it's loud, but we're blowing the insulation today. Hose runs up into the attic. I'll show you some footage of how it works in a minute. But I'll get this turned around so you guys can see the machine, and hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. So what you do is you take these bags. They're 35 bucks each, in case you're wondering. It's Attic Cat Pink by Owens Corning. You cut the bags in half, and then when you're ready, you bring them over here and you slide them in here, and this razor blade right here cuts the bags and just slides all this insulation in, and then the paddles inside dump it through the tube. Just throw your bags away, recycle them, whatever. So it's a very easy process, and yeah, we're adding quite a bit of R value, so that makes me happy. Okay, so end of the day, we have a lot more insulation up here than we started with. We blew it a little heavier around the HVAC duct to help insulate that better, keep it warmer and colder. And then a lot of the pipes or the tubing duct work is now pretty buried. And as you can see, we have far more insulation than we did when we started this project. Just a sea of pink Attic Cat insulation in here. So air will be able to come up through here, vent up through those. Those stick down into the soffit. Air will bypass, come up and out the top at the ridge vent up there. The platforms work super well. I talked to my dad. He said they helped quite a bit. So I can still come over here. This wall right here, there's a support wall down here where a lot of electric comes out. So if I ever need to work on electric, it'll be easy to find. But the corners of the house got quite a bit of insulation added onto them. Again, ductwork is pretty close to buried. This is the return, so I don't care what temperature of air comes through there. But I'm super happy with it. Total project cost for this, let's see. The wood for the walkways, that was about $100, I believe. I think it was $109 for 8 2x4x16s. The OSB I had laying around, and my dad gave me some, so that was free. It would not have been if I had to buy it, as it's $29 a sheet. And then the insulation was $800, but I got $250 back when I returned the blower, so the insulation was actually $600 or so. But to be honest, it actually feels a lot better up here already. I'll be curious to watch our utility bills, see what they do in the summer and winter. And I don't think we'll need to add any more for now, but down the road, if we do, it'll be the same process. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys either enjoyed this video or found something helpful. The main reason I like to do these videos is I have a lot of friends, you know, who say, oh, I could never do, you know, the stuff you've done to your house. For you that don't know, we bought this house for dirt cheap. We paid $10,000 for it. It was hit by a tornado. And we spent a lot of time fixing it up. And friends I always have are like, oh, I can never, you know, work on electrical or work on plumbing, insulate this, drywall and tape that. So I decided to make a few videos anytime I work on something to hopefully show you guys that it's not that hard. It just takes a little money and a little know-how. And, you know, you can do almost all this work yourself. I'm not trying to rip contractors off. I've been one for a long time. My dad's one. It's more just to show you how to do little simple projects to help save money, save time. Turn that off. So, yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you had any questions or comments, just ask, let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next project. Thanks for watching. Bye.